powerful and inspirational sequel of her life's work, and this trophy will forever remind us of her tireless dedication, her compassion, and the countless lives she has transformed. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the countdown has begun. With great pride and reverence, on behalf of the entire organizing team, I am Shankar Prakash, inviting you all to view the video presentation of the 8th NS Hema Memorial Award 2024. Let us take a moment to cherish her memory and celebrate her lifelong commitment to creating an inclusive and supportive world for those with disabilities. So let's give a huge round of applause for the video to follow. And here we go. The countdown has begun. 3, 2, 1. Indeed, a great moment at the start of the NS Hema Memorial Awards in 2024. And all preparations have been made by the organizing team, and it's my pleasure now on behalf of the Association of People with Disability and the entire organizing team, I'm Shankar Prakash, extending a very, very warm welcome to all of you to the 7th NS Hema Memorial Lecture and the 8th NS Hema Memorial Award 2024 for outstanding individuals with disability sector in South India. Tamagelarigu ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಆಧಾರದ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. I hear energy only in talking. What about giving your hands together? Put your hands together. Let's be silent. And let's all make this event a grand success. As per the wonderful tradition of our nation India, which is known for its unity and diversity, I would request Shraddhanjali Integrated School to kindly come over for the divine invocation. The students of SIS will come over here for the divine invocation. So put your hands together. Jorada Chupranagulina Swagat Jora Shraddhanjali Integrated School.
Already
Raja දඩල් සාදු යන්මයා අලවාද මුසරනු බීලි හසුව කරේලාය දඩල් වඩල් දඩල් ආජුජු මල්ලිගේ සජීය සම්පිගේ රාජතේජ මගුවිගෙන්ද රාජගොම්බෙගේ රාජතේජ මගුවිගෙන්ද රාජගොම්බෙගේ ಹಾಡುಗೋಗಿಲೆ ನರಿರಾದು ನವಿಲೆ ಬಡಿಗೆ ಬಾ ಆನೆ ಮಡಿಲ ಕೊಲದ ಹಂಸವೇ ಹಾಡುಗೋಗಿಲೆ ನರಿರಾದು ನವಿಲೆ ಬಡಿಗೆ ಬಾ ಆನೆ ಮಡಿಲ ಕೊಲದ ಹಂಸವೇ ಆಜೂಜು ಮಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಸಜಿಯ ಸಂಪಿಗೆ ರಾಜತೇಜ ಮಗುವಿಗೆಂದ ರಾಜಗೊಂಬೆಗೆ ರಾಜತೇಜ ಮಗುವಿಗೆಂದ ರಾಜಗೊಂಬೆಗೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Lot of energy in that wonderful invocation, divine invocation, and it's now time to invite the dignitaries onto the stage. First of all, I would request Dr. Sanjay J, Professor of NLSI, Bengaluru, to kindly come forward. Let's give a round of applause and welcome Dr. Sanjay J onto the stage. I would request Mr. Janardhan to kindly bring in Dr. Sanjay. I would also request Sri D. Pradeep, Founder Secretary of Samova and Advisor of Prarambha, to kindly come over. Mr. Pradeep. I would request now, after Pradeep, I believe he's arrived just now, and he should be joining in just a bit. Mr. Das Suryavanshi also will join in a few minutes from now. I would request Srimati Jayanti Yeshwant, Chairperson of the Hema Jury Committee, to kindly come over. Madam Jayanti, onto the stage. I would also request Sri Srinivas Gablachar, the member of the family, to kindly come over. And the Honorary President of APD, Sri Sudhir Hari Singh, requested to kindly come over, sir. So we await the arrival of Mr. Pradeep and Mr. Das Suryavanshi in a short while from now. But we'll continue with the program, and we hope that they will join us at the earliest. Well, all of you have come here in large numbers, ಬಹಳ ಉತ್ತಮವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಯಶಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸುವಿಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯ. At the outset, I would request the Honorable President Sri Sudhir Hari Singh for the opening remarks and welcome address. Yes, sir. Put your hands together for Sri Sudhir Hari Singh.
Good morning to all our distinguished guests. It is my honor and privilege to be the president in APD and to give this welcome address for what is our most important day of the year, when in remembrance of our founder we give awards to notable NGOs working in the disability sector, NGOs from South India. And it gives me great pleasure to welcome Dr. Jain, who will be speaking to us, Mr. Garudachar, who is a member of the family, and I'm very pleased to see other senior members of the family with us on this occasion. In particular, Srimati Hema's sister, and other relatives. I also would like to specifically welcome Srimati Jayanti Yashwant, who was the chairperson of the jury that selected the NGOs for this award. Many thanks for her commitment to this cause and for having taken the trouble in spending time and making this decision. We stand here today, in the 65th year of the organization, and I'm very pleased to report in very brief terms how much this organization has grown from the time it started. In the last year itself, we have kind of more than doubled our budgets and our reach. We were confined to Karnataka. Now we are going to other states around to share our knowledge and our expertise. I'm happy to say that the work APD has been doing is recognized in the state as well as nationally. The state government of Karnataka has asked us to collaborate in setting up rehabilitation centers in other places. Likewise, people have approached us from other states to come and set up such rehabilitation centers. I'm very happy that we are going out and spreading our knowledge and our abilities. I won't talk about it in much detail because our CEO, Dr. Senthil, will be speaking and giving you a full report of what APD has been doing. But I would just like to thank our donors who have been supportive of us throughout the last few years. And they are the ones who are helping us grow, and they have shown their confidence by supporting us year after year. In the last year itself, we have grown nearly 39% thanks to the support of our donors. Today, we were expecting to welcome our Dynamic Chief Secretary, but unfortunately she has got stuck up in some important government meetings, but she sends her congratulations to the award winners as well as best wishes to APD. This is an organization that she has known because in the past she has been Disability Commissioner of the state of Karnataka. At the end, I would like to just once again thank our employees and welcome all of them to this function. They are the backbone of APD, and it is because of them that this organization has grown as it has. And on this occasion, I would like to also thank our trustees and board members who are generous in giving their time and their effort in making APD a better run organization. With these few words, I thank you all for attending, and we look forward to the rest of the program. Thank you. I specifically mentioned your name. I did it. Thank you. Thank you.
On behalf of the entire team, I would also request Shri Subramani Singh to kindly accept this sapling. Shri Subramani Singh kindly accept this sapling from the entire team. At this juncture, it's my pleasure to request the dignitaries to kindly come forward and light the lamp for the inauguration of today's event, the NS Hema Memorial Award Ceremony 2024. I request all of you to kindly come forward and light the lamp. ದೀಪವನ್ನ ಬೆಳಗಿಸುವುದರ ಮೂಲಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಉದ್ಘಾಟನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ವಿನಂತಿ. ಶುಭಂ ಕರೋತಿ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣಂ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ದೀಪವನ್ನು ಬೆಳಗಿಸುವುದರ ಮೂಲಕ let it give us all happiness. Sacred Sanasampara. Sacred Vivinayakaya. People children we welcome Sri Dasuri, State Commissioner for Persons with Disability. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much for the traditional lighting of the lamp. And now I would request sampling to be received by the State Commissioner for Persons with Disability Act, Sri Dasuri. Swagat, sir. Swagat. Well, during his welcome speech, Shri Subirari Singh gives a brief insight into the Association of People with Disability. But now I would like to call upon the Chief Executive Officer of APD, Dr. N.S. Senthil Kumar, to kindly come over here and give us and tell us more about the legacy of APD. So put your hands together and let's welcome Dr. Senthil.
Very good morning to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and valued members of APD family. Together today we gather to honor the legacy of Hema and to celebrate the transformative journey of the Association of People with Disability, APD. Since our inception in 1959 as Association of People with Physically Handicapped, we have remained steadfast in our mission to enable, equip and empower individuals with disability. Today, we proudly extend our services to individuals with all 21 disabilities, fully aligned ourselves with the principles laid down at the RPWD Act, WHO CBR Matrix, and 13 out of 17 SDG goals. Every parent with a special child have a fundamental question, whether the child can able to see, hear, understand, speak, walk, and able to go to school, or be alive after that period. Every youth and adult will be pondering upon whether they can be able to learn any new skill and earn their living and have a companion. APD has been a beacon of hope for those who need it the most. Our journey has not been without challenges. We are redefining these challenges as opportunities for growth. APD is overcoming these obstacles through our commitment to holistic, evidence-based practices and to becoming true agents of change in our commitments. As we embark on the 9th strategic plan from the year 2022 to 2025, we aim to advance our impact through three engines: the engine of innovation, the engine of scale, and the engine of sustainability. Our new mantra is very clear. To drive these engines of social change, we must invest on people, process, and partnerships. This approach enabled us to explore new avenues of impact, ensuring that our efforts are community-based, grounded in evidence, and responsive to the needs and marginalized communities. Reflecting on our recent initiatives, I'm proud to share our groundbreaking programs, Rehab on Wheels, which delivers door-to-door therapeutic services. Mata, a training program for mothers as early interventionists. Embrace Me, a program which is especially been focused on autism children and mothers. The Stay Home Horticulture Rehabilitation Program for people with mental illness. Dasapa Maternity Home Rehabilitation Center, the government collaboration to provide rehab services to the needy. Yes to Access, promoting accessibility and inclusion, and our district disability model, a life cycle approach, catering village-level services to thousands of marginalized individuals. With these new initiatives, I would proudly say that APD is moving towards a APD version 3.0, making a new era of innovation, scale, sustainability and impact. Today, we have over 30 indicators to measure our impact across various programs and functions, ensuring greater accountability and continuous improvement. Our growth is a testament to our collective efforts. From a 10 crore annual budgeted organization in 2001, we have expanded to 40 crore organization in just 3 years. This remarkable journey has allowed us to extend our reach and deepen our impact to 6 states of South India and Maharashtra, reaching the last miles of more than 100 districts today, catering our services to 4.5 lakh beneficiaries in the year 23-24 alone. APD have started with an humble beginning of just having 10 children in our integrated school. Today, the school is catering to 1,200 children, assessing inclusive education through SIS as well as outreach programs. From 3 Youth with Disability Skilling Program in 1959, we are catering 2,000 youth with disabilities, getting jobs every year, and last year was 2024, we have placed 2,000 people. The Spinal Cord Injury Program that was founded to intervene our co-founder, Reverend Thomas, today catering services to 2,000 people with spinal cord injuries every year, and for a best healthcare rehab model, we have won the prestigious HCL Award, competing with 1,500 NGOs across the country. And our people with spinal cord injuries have received more than 75 medals at the national and international parasports events. Community mental health caters services to 2,500 people with mental illness who otherwise will be in the dark, shackled and put behind the door inaccessible. Echoing to the quote, for the people with the disabilities, by the people with the disabilities, our Assistive Adaptive Technology Unit have produced more than 10,000 customized products worth of 6 crore in the year 2023-24 to make people functionally independent. Today, we stand proud as a professional organization with systems and process in place, committed to advancing our nation through community-based services. Our work is characterized by 5 A's: affordability, availability, accessibility, accommodation, and acceptability, with quality as our cornerstone. This commitment ensures that every individual we serve receives the highest standard of care, fostering an environment where dignity and respect are our paramount mantra. As we continue to evolve and adapt, we remain dedicated to these principles, reinforcing our role as a leader in the field of disability services. As we reflect on these achievements, let us also remember that every impact we make is a step towards a more inclusive society. I wanted to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude to our generous donors, the dedicated members of APD board, and our friends and family of APD. Your unwavering support empowers us to dream big and also achieve big. As Helen Keller wisely said, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. This day signifies not only the legacy of APD, but also remarkable contributions of NGO that are doing outstanding work in the field of disability. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to all the organizations for their unwavering dedication and impact. Together, we can bring smiles to the faces for those who have known only hardships. Together, we can inspire hopes and restore dignity. Together, we can create a ripple effect that can resonate far beyond the boundaries of this room. Let us stand united in our commitment to leaving a lasting impact on the lives of poorest of the poor, individuals with disabilities. As John F. Kennedy said, the difficult we do immediately, the impossible takes a little longer. Let us embark this as an attitude, and we continue our journey to transform lives and truly create an inclusive society. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Renes Senthil Kumar. So the one important word which was used in this is to be together. So it's always the teamwork which ensures success. So let's give a round of applause and tell the CEO and the entire trustees that we are all with them for the success of APD. Thank you, sir. Just now, Shri T. Pradeep, Founder Secretary of Samima and Advisor Brahmin Maharaja, right? We welcome you, sir. environment-friendly sapling. Thank you very much. I will now request the chairperson of NSAMA Jury Committee, Srimati Jayanti Yashwant, for the keynote address on the process of NSAMA award. Put your hands together. Let's welcome Srimati Jayanti.
Good morning and welcome to the dignitaries on the dais and each one of you all for making it here and for celebrating the Founders Day and the NSAMA Award. Just give you a basic foundation on what the award is all about, how it was instituted and how the jury works on selection of this award. So it's going to be short and probably a sweet one. It started in 2017, the board of APD instituted NSAMA Memorial Award. NSAMA passed on in 2016 and it was in her memory, and it is celebrated on the 4th of October every year, which also happens to be the Founders Day. The purpose of the award is to recognize NGOs in the field of disability and who are in the nascent stage. So we start with NGOs who are 3 years plus, and we also have a budget within which they operate. The selection process goes like this. Senior management from APD, which we must congratulate them because they are the backbone and they are the people behind the screen and make it look very simple for us. A lot of work goes in. They send out a call to all the NGOs in that particular category. They should evaluate them, shortlist them, and people who are experts in the field of disability go and visit each of these NGOs and then come back to the board, come back to the jury with a short list of around 6. But when they evaluate around 20 to 25 of them, and spread across south of India. The jury itself comprises of people from NSAMA's family, board of APD, management of APD, and then it also consists of individuals who are not anyway related to APD. So that there is the independent evaluation that happens. From NSAMA family, we have Mr. Srinivas Garudacha. Independent is Dr. Sanjeev Sarin. From the management, we have a few people. Dr. Sendil is there. And from the board of APD, we have Gurumurthy, Divakar Menon, and myself. What is very unique about it is we also include the previous year's winner as part of the jury for selection, because we believe that they understand the nuances in the ground. So we had Aarti with us, who was the previous 23 winner for the award. So the award, as for what was initiated, is for 3 prizes, 3 awards. So we have the first, second, and the third. All of it has a trophy and a citation. And the first award gets 1 lakh, second gets 50,000, and third gets 25,000 as cash awards. This is in recognition of the work that they have done. But what goes after that is APD handholds them to get into the next stage and start growing. We co-partner with them on a lot of programs. We help them in training and stuff like that. It goes on. But we cannot be without thanking NSAMA for having given us all an opportunity to work. It makes it look very simple, but the audience today shows us how many people are interested and how much of work goes behind this thing. We cannot also be without thanking our donors who have really, really been generous with us and have been very understanding. I think that's it. We move on to the speech of the chief guest and then on to the awards itself. Thank you all.
Thank you, Srimati Jayanteshna, for giving us an insight into the all-important process of the NSMA. What I would request all the guests to kindly take your seats in the front. Yeah, I would request all of you to kindly take your seats in the front. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we just heard Srimati Jayanteshna giving us an insight into the process of the NSMA award. Now, what we are going to do now is, before we move further, we would like to take you all into the insight about the NSMA, the audio-visual, which will give us an insight into the history of what exactly has been going on since the last few years. Let's have the audio-visual, please, once the stage is set.
She was born to Mr. Sitharama Iyengar and Mrs. Krupa on October 4th, 1938 at Murgahali village, Chanaraya Patana, Hassan district, Karnataka. Hema names is inspired by Hemavati River, chosen by her grandfather, Sri Narashina Iyengar, Ms. N.S. Hema was impacted by poliomyelitis from the age of 5. Her condition, diagnosed by Dr. Kennedy from Madras, the current city Chennai. Further, her treatments also took place at Bangalore, Kerala, and Bombay. Ms. N.S. Hema hobbies were drawing, singing, and music. She had learnt music for 20 years. Ms. N.S. Hema received education only at home by private tutors and received certificate of the SLC board. In 1954, the family migrated Malleshwaram in Bangalore. Hema's father met Mr. Dewa from Red Cross Home. Inspired by Ms. Fatima Ismail's project already running in Bombay, Ms. N.S. Hema started the Association of Physically Handicapped on 20th of May 1959. Mr. V.T. Padmanabhan offered a land in outskirt of Bangalore in the 1961. The foundation stone was laid by Maharaja of Mysore Shri Jayachandra Vodayar. Ms. N.S. Hema met Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and was appreciated for her paintings. Ms. Hema's parents used to take her wherever they went because they did not want to leave her alone, but she was waiting for an opportunity to prove that she can lead independently by herself. 1988, V.K. Naidu, Thomas, and few other from APD worked in secretly to get a national award for welfare of the handicapped. Karnataka state government honored Ms. Hema with Karnataka Rajotsava Prashasti Award in the year 1997. Finally, she had experienced many things in her life till the last breath. She was so kind and mindful of people around her. Because of her strong foundation, APD is serving lakes of disabled people to make them independent in their life. Her aim is to provide equality and justice for people with disability. Many organizations in India inspired by her are still working for the cause of persons with disabilities, not only in India, but also other countries.
It's 50 years has just gone like that for me. It's just like yesterday. When I look back, it's 50 years is one's lifetime, but actually for me it is like yesterday. And I call this a miracle place. How we have gone on with this journey. It's a life journey for me, and it is a university for me. I've never seen a school nor a college in my life, and I have learned everything here in APD by being there. This is quite a very big experience of life. It's a journey that all of us have played.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was indeed a great journey, what we saw, the history and that audiovisual, very touching and very emotional. Let's give a round of applause for the wonderful tradition, a beautiful foundation and a strong foundation which was laid. And now, just to keep making things a little lighter, we have the SIS students here ready to entertain us with the dance. So let's give a round of applause and welcome all these students here. Thank you very much. And now I will request the State Commissioner for Persons with Disability and Free Dasuriamshi for his address. But the way I say Dasuriamshi has been a tremendous amount of support. ಸದಾ ಬೆಂಬಲಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಂತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ತಮ್ಮ ಹಸನ್ಮುಖದಿಂದ ಸಕ್ರಿಯರಾಗಿ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Put your hands together for the Dasuriamshi.
Good morning to everybody. It's my great privilege to be over here, and really I have been very much honored to listen about our respected honorable ma'am, NS Hema's life, how it has been initiated throughout her life. And always I say, there are two things in our lives: being a disabled, how the life is pathetic, and being a normal person. If he wanted to do something in the field of disabilities, he should understand what it is to be a disabled person, what it is to be a blind person. Then only he will understand how difficult is the life. Always I say, if the person who has lost his one finger, how difficult to hold a pen in his finger. The person who has lost his one feet, how difficult to sit in the washroom. It is a very difficult life. And with that situation, ma'am has set a beautiful example in the country, state at large, and above all, the legacy has been carried out through the committed and dedicated people in the field of the APD. So I thanks to them, the way they have been carried various activities in the state at large and various states in the country at large. And I wish them all the best. So we could remember that one day we could understand by the Creator stating that, well done my son, well done my Creator, what you have done in the field of disability or being a normal person. Always I see working in the field of disability, it is like a rebuilding work. So rebuilding work is very difficult. Suppose this is the huge building, you have to demolish, remove all the rubbles, replan the building and start the construction. If it is a vacant site, within a span of little time, an architect can make a plan, start the construction. But working in the field of disability or rebuilding, it always costs so much. And that's how we have been, the people who are working in the field of disability, it is a very difficult task. We have to convince them that you are the creation of the Creator and there is a receptivity and acceptability with them. Then we have to start building their lives. So it is a huge task, the people who are involved in the field of disability. So today I am very happy that is the 7th NS Hema ma'am's memorial lecture and 8th NS Hema ma'am's memorial award is being given out here. As I said, working in the field of disability, there may not be regarded so much in the society at large. The person who is working somewhere in the government field or some other firms, on the basis of his performance, he is being given the promotion. After 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. So after the peak of his retirement, he will be having the very good post, not much having assignment. But here, working in the field of disability, throughout the lifespan, we have to go on working. There may not be so much reward and award from this government or society at large. But I believe the God who has called us to do some sort of work in the field of disability, they may not be having the promotion like mothers, the carers. Throughout their lives, 24/7, they have to be very, very attentive to their own children. Likewise, even the working in the field of these so-called disabilities, it costs life. They may not be having so much promotion, but as the APD has decided to give away some sort of encouragement by giving the award, there are so many people. 3 months back I had been to one NGO here in Bangalore. It is being run for the intellectual disabilities. There are about 85 adult ID persons are housed over there. And these people who have been housed in that institute, they don't have Aadhaar card, they don't have residential card, they don't have UDID card, they have been picked up from the payment, and the person who is working with that organization, I have seen, he is everything. He is the attender, he is the cook, he is serving everything for them. Some of the beneficiaries, they are stick on the chair, 24 hours they are sitting there and they are doing everything. So, that person, he sleeps with them, lives with them and do everything for that organization. So, he may not be having so much that is regard over here, but I believe the things what he is doing, as Ma'am Hema has done in the field of disabilities, and that legacy is being carried out. In her name, the way she has set an example. So I believe the people who are working in the field of disability, as APD has involved with so many, more than 60 years if I am not wrong, and wonderful work they are doing in the field of disabilities. lakhs of people have been reached with so many rehabilitative measures for the upliftment of the person with disabilities. So I wish them all the best, and as we have been called to do, always I say, working in the field of disability, it is not an appointed job. It is a call by the Creator, and therefore we have to commit ourselves working for their cause with all humility. Then we can see the wonderful things are being happening. So in regard to the services, if there are any things from my purview, please you can contact me, and I will see that. I will assure you that I will work for the cause of disabilities, intervening to see the people have been intervened, people have been supported, people have been rehabilitated, and their grievances are being redressed for their welfare. Once again, as I have been invited over here to be a part of this program, I wish the APD all the best as they have done for the welfare of disability, doing for the welfare of disability, and I wish in future too we could see this can become a national organization working for the rehabilitation of disabilities. Thank you very much. Thank you for the time which has been given to me for this.
Thank you, sir, for your words and highly thought-provoking speech. I would request the dignitaries to kindly come back once again because we are having some award ceremonies to be done. So I would request all of you to kindly come back. Before the award ceremony takes place, we have a message from the director, Sri Raghavendra, ವಿಕಲಚೇತನರ ಹಾಗೂ ಹಿರಿಯ ನಾಗರಿಕರ ಸಬಲೀಕರಣ ಇಲಾಖೆಯ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ರಾಘವೇಂದ್ರ ಟಿ ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮ ಸಂದೇಶವನ್ನ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. I would read out the message sent by him. APD ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕರಾದ NS ಹೇಮಾ ಅವರ ಸ್ಮರಣಾರ್ಥ ವಿಕಲಚೇತನರ ಸಬಲೀಕರಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಸೇವೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿದವರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿ ಪ್ರದಾನ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದು, ದಿನಾಂಕ 4/ಮತ್ತು/2024 ಸದರಿ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿ ಪ್ರದಾನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಏರ್ಪಡಿಸಿದ್ದು, ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಯಾಗಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಲು ಆಹ್ವಾನಿಸಿರುತ್ತೀರಿ. ಇದು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸಂತಸದ ವಿಷಯವಾಗಿದೆ. NS ಹೇಮಾರವರ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ದೂರದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದಾಗಿ ಸ್ಥಾಪಿತವಾದ APD ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯು ವಿಕಲಚೇತನರ ಸರ್ವತೋಮುಖ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಗೆ ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ಮತ್ತು ನಗರ ಪ್ರದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ವಿವಿಧ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದಲ್ಲದೆ ವಿಕಲಚೇತನರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಾವಲಂಬನೆಯ ಆಶಾಕಿರಣವಾಗಿ ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಿತ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆದಿರುವುದು ಮತ್ತು ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಹ ಸಮರ್ಪಕವಾಗಿ ಅನುಷ್ಠಾನಗೊಳಿಸುತ್ತಿರುವುದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ವಿಷಯವಾಗಿದೆ. ಪೂರ್ವ ಯೋಜಿತ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸದರಿ ಸಮಾರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಖುದ್ದು ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಇಲಾಖೆಯ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳನ್ನು ಕಳುಹಿಸಿದ್ದು ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿ ಪುರಸ್ಕೃತರಿಗೆ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಸಾಧಕರು ವಿಕಲಚೇತನರ ಸಮುದಾಯಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಸೇವೆ ನೀಡಲು ಪ್ರೋತ್ಸಾಹದಾಯಕವಾಗಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗಲಿ ಎಂದು ಹಾರೈಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. So let's give a round of applause to the director, Sri Raghavendra. And now it's time for us to call upon the awardees who are all achievers in their own right. First of all, I would like to call upon Padma Shri K.S. Rajana to kindly come over. Padma Shri K.S. Rajana, National State Award, International Talent Award, State Award. I request this to be Hari Singh to kindly honor it. ಯು ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್. ರಾಜನ್ ಅವರು ಇದೇ ಥರ ನಮ್ಮ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿ ಅವರು ಹಾರೈಕೆ. I will now request Shri K.Y. Venkatesh, depending on what Mr. Subhihari Singh will honor Mr. K.Y. Venkatesh, Padma Shri K.Y. Venkatesh. I will request Mr. Venkatesh to kind of Padma Venkatesh. He is the acting president of the Karnataka Paralympic Association, pioneering para-athlete, and is also the Padma Shri Awardee, Ekalavya Award, Kannada Rajyotsava Award, Lukavi Award. ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಯಾರು ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆಯನ್ನು ಹೊಡಿತಾ ಇಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. He created history with 6 medals in the 2005 World Champions learning recognition the lift off of record. 2021 Padma Shri, several awards of following. So, congratulations, Shri K.Y. Venkatesh. Thank you, sir. Dr. T. Shivakumar. We'll take a glimpse of Dr. T. Shivakumar next. He has sent his best wishes. He has, due to some exigencies, he is not coming. The award will be sent to Dr. T. Shivakumar later on. So let's give a round of applause in absentia for Dr. T. Shivakumar. Now I would like to call upon Dr. Abhishek Snarli Basman. I would request Madam Jayanti to kindly do the honors. Professor of Pediatric and Orthopedics, faculty member in Mount St. Club Plastic Fellowship in Pediatric Orthopedics, Dr. Abhishek. Scholarly contributions include numerous publications and presentations at both national and international conferences. Let's give a round of applause for Dr. Abhishek Stanley Husband. Thank you very much, Dr. Abhishek. I will request Madam to stay back. And now I would like to call upon Mr. Raghu N. Mupalli to kindly come. Raghu N. Mupalli. Thank you, Madam. Raghu N. Mupalli in absentia. Yeah, thank you. Yes. Now I would like to call upon Mr. Suresh B. Bandri to kindly come out for Suresh B. Bandari, the State General Secretary of RPWD Task Force and Founding Secretary of Chetana NGO. I will request Mr. Divakar Menon to kindly come over and honor Mr. Suresh. For you at early childhood, led a taluk and district level disabled people's organization, supported 500 families with ration kits and 60 children. More than 2 crores worth of resources for 5,000 plus PWDs ensured by him through the 5% budget utilization in MLA Local Area Development Fund. ಅಭೂತಪೂರ್ವ ಸಮಾಜ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನ ಶ್ರೀ ಸುರೇಶ್ ಪಿ ಭಂಡಾರಿ ಅವರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸೋಣ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ದಿವಾಕರ್ ಮೆನನ್ ಅವರು ಎಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಗೌರವವನ್ನು ಅರ್ಪಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿ ವಿನಂತಿ. ಎಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ ಅವರು ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ವೇದಿಕೆ ಹತ್ರ ಬರಬೇಕು. Divakar Menon will also honor Madam Yellama. Dedicated the mother of Lakshmana, person with mental illness. On behalf of him, Yellamma Madam is coming and receiving the Caregivers Cooperative Society for 200 PWMI and trade categories. And also support 150 persons with mental illness. She has saved 8 lakhs in self-help groups and federations, accessing 30 lakhs worth of medicines, and the key community leader of the Damanagere Persons with Mental Illness and Their Caregivers Association. Yellamma avರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳು, congratulations. Late Devotion Charles, I would request Monica to kindly come forward. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Diwakar. I would request Mr. Garbhacha from the family trust to kindly come forward and honor Monica was going to receive the award. Can you come? Please come. Late Rosalie Charles, she achieved remarkable success during her time, and we celebrate today not only her achievements but also the joy and inspiration she brought to the community. Let's give a round of applause to Monica for accepting the award. She embraced every opportunity presented to her during her time with us, showcasing her resilience and spirit. And she did face challenges, but nevertheless she was a true fighter. Thank you very much, Monica, for that. Thank you, Shri Garbhacha, for the honors. Thank you very much. I now request Bhaskar R. kindly come forward. Bhaskar R. ITI training completed on APD. Mr. Bhaskar R. not come. He is on his way. Thank you. Pallavi KM. Pallavi, are you there? I would request Mr. Saravanan, the director of APD, to kindly come forward. Saravanan will come over and honor Pallavi K. Yes, huge round of applause. Pade ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಹಳ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, make me do that. You yourself will give a huge round of applause for Pallavi K. Hail from Chitradurga, Karnataka, and is the daughter of a farmer. She sustained a spinal body during a tractor accident at the age of 4, which impacted her childhood. But then, in spite of these challenges, she remained active and engaging in activities such as reading, stitching, and so on. She has achieved a total of 20 international and national medals. Internationally, she has won 13 medals, 5 gold, 2 silver, 6 bronze. At the national level of Khelo India events, she has secured 7 medals, comprising 4 gold, 1 silver, and 2 bronze. She has taken the sport seriously and is now targeting international tournaments. Congratulations to Pallavi. I will now request Purna Rao to kindly come over. Purna Rao. Please raise your hand if Purna Rao is there. Yeah, please come. I will request Srinivas, Mr. Board Member, to kindly do the honors. Thank you, sir. I will request Mr. Srinivas, the Board Member, to kindly come forward to do the honors. We have hails from Inauguration. Swagatam Purna Rao, Meeku Swagatam. A fulfilling life, then a life-changing accident on August 12, 2017 left him paralyzed from the waist down. His ultimate dream is to represent India in international tournaments and win more medals to the country. He has already won 8 international medals, including 1 gold, 2 silver, and 5 bronze. So congratulations, Purna Rao, the international para-badminton player. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I would now request Anusha Joshi. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Anusha, are you there? Yeah, please come. I request Mr. Pradeep Kumar, the board member, kindly, Mr. Pradeep, kindly come forward and do the honors. Please come, sir. He's coming. He's coming. Assistant teacher at the Shraddhanjali Integrated Primary School, based from Inauguration, Model Career College in Chittorpur district. He discovered APD in 2017 through a newspaper article. Finally got into the rehabilitation program. She has achieved remarkable success from 2021 to 2024. Great family support for her. 3 medals at the state level, 5 medals at the national level, and 3 medals at the international level. Congratulations to Anusha also. Thank you, Shri Pradeep. I will now request finally Kantaraju Nayak. Kantaraju Nayak, are you there? Yeah, Mani. I will request Mr. Das Suryavanshi, the Commissioner, to kindly do the honors. Kantaraja Nayak hails from Chikmagaluru district. He is a peer trainer in spinal cord injury rehabilitation program. He is going to join us in a few moments. I request Das Suryavanshi to kindly do the honors. Despite medical advice, sought treatments extensively without improvement, he is discovered APD spinal cord injury rehabilitation through YouTube and completed the rehabilitation there. 2 national level gold medals in national para climbing, state level gold medals in para badminton, bronze medalist in international para badminton tournament in Uganda. So let's give a round of applause to Kantaraj Nayak. And now, I would request the Professor of NLSIU Bengaluru, Dr. Sanjay J, to give us the NS Hema Memorial Lecture, Transformative Solutions for Inclusive Development, the Role of Innovation in Fueling an Accessible and Equitable World. Put your hands together for Dr. Sanjay J.
Good morning to everybody, respected board members of APD, respected CEO of APD, the staff members, students from the school who performed wonderful song and dance, distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, I must also recognize State Commissioner for Disability, Mr. Suryavanshi, and family members from Ms. Hema, whose inspiration has resulted in establishment of this organization. Now, my plan was to have a prepared speech. But I was not well, having come back from England, not feeling well, and therefore we did not prepare any speech. But yesterday I spent some time and thought over the subject. What transformative solutions can be there? How to bring innovations? How to make the lives of people with disability inclusive? How to bring transformation overall in the environment so that people with disabilities can live a life of dignity. So I thought that I can do following. First, I will very briefly speak about how people with disability are represented in society. And then maybe I will share a few thoughts on accessibility, which is a very important principle, because without accessibility, most of the rights bestowed on people with disabilities would remain paper tiger. And then maybe I would also briefly talk about access to justice. So these three things I propose to talk. But before I go to my topic, let me briefly recall the extraordinary work of Ms. Hema. And I would like to thank Madhu and Srinivas ji and Janardana ji who briefed me about Hema ji's legacy and her work. Born in 1938 and a polio survivor, I think having belonged to a very affluent family, she could have lived a very comfortable life for herself. But she had other ideas and she wanted to devote her entire life for her brothers and sisters who were facing different conditions, who are challenged. And therefore, at a very young age, she established this wonderful organization, which has now become 40 crores organization, as the CEO just told us. But most importantly, I think when I heard about the activities of the organization, right from early intervention to employment, rehabilitation, and most importantly, the attention of the organization being to conditions which are not very established, visible conditions like spinal cord injury people. Very few organizations have the expertise to deal with such people with such conditions. So I think it's remarkable the way this wonderful organization has moved on, and I think this is all possible because of the extraordinary energy put in by Ms. Hema. And I'm really not very fortunate to have met her, but having heard about her from my friend Madhu, from Srinivas ji and Janardana ji, I feel as if I'm also energized, I'm also motivated to do something and take forward this very important mission. So my salute to her extraordinary work. And I think what is unique about Ms. Hema is this, that apart from a person with disability, she was a woman. So there is an intersection, gender and disability intersecting. And as a woman in India, particularly if you are also disabled, it's a double disadvantage. And overcoming this disadvantage and setting example as a role model in front of entire society, I think is remarkable. So I salute Hema, and I believe that she would continue to inspire all of us with her remarkable legacy. Now, I will speak maybe around 15 to 20 minutes, and let me first talk about the representation of people with disabilities. Because if you want to transform the lives of people with disability, if you want to transform the environment for people with disability, it is important to shed some light on how we are represented. Now, generally in India, when people with disabilities are represented, they are represented with icons. So maybe Dr. Jain will be a representative of people with disability, or Ms. Hema with her extraordinary work will be the representative of disability, or Ms. Madhu with her extraordinary work will be the representative of the disability. But is it really the correct approach? Because can every person with disability be matched with achievements of people like Madhu or Hema. So I think in India, the problem with the representation of people with disability is this, that we adopt a very top-down approach. We try to equate all people with disabilities with icons. And I think that is where the folly lies, because it is not possible for every person with disability to achieve extraordinary accomplishments. Everybody cannot become Einstein. There are only few Einsteins. And therefore, I think it is important that we don't identify every person with disability as icon. That mistake is often committed by most of us. Our Prime Minister, for example, tries to call every person with disability as Divyang, which is, I think, very unfortunate, because we are not Divyang, we are Viklang. We have certain conditions, and everybody, for that matter, has one or the other condition. And why to label such condition as Divyang or any other thing? We just accept that condition as it is. So it is important that we address the representation of people with disabilities, and we try to reimagine the imagery of people with disabilities. We don't just celebrate people with disabilities as inspiring or motivating. There may be certain people with disabilities who are not inspiring or motivating, but that does not mean that they don't deserve the life of dignity, or it does not mean that they do not require to be treated with empathy. So therefore, the first point which I would like to make is this, that we need to address the issue of representation of people with disabilities. Then the second important aspect on which I would like to share my thoughts is how presently the disability sector is being run in this country. I believe that unfortunately state has almost completely withdrawn itself from the sector, and the sector is now directed by a new assemblage, the assemblage of state, NGOs and corporate. And basically state has almost delegated everything on corporate, and the corporate now has to more or less depend on NGOs. So although it is important to have the synergy of corporations, NGOs and state, it does not mean that state should forsake its responsibility. Now if you look at the last 10 years budgets, despite whatever government may say at the center, every year there is a deflation in the budget. Budget is receding, and I don't know why government is not keen on allocating certain amount of money for the rehabilitation of people with disabilities. Why government must always fall back on CSR? And my complaint is that despite whatever corporate may do, government also has its role, central government has its role, because the RPWD Act is a parliamentary legislation, and therefore the primary responsibility is on the parliament to fund this legislation. And if you observe the state of this law, recently an affidavit has been filed before Supreme Court of India in a litigation wherein a very dismal picture is presented. More than half of the states do not have even commissioners' post occupied. Even at the center, the position of CCPD is not yet filled. The National Trust chairman position is not filled. So I believe that this is an indifference. This is a kind of inertia with which state is withdrawing itself from disability sector, which is very disappointing. Therefore, I personally believe that although corporate is playing its role, although NGOs are doing its best, but you can't relegate people with disabilities merely on NGOs and corporate. State is under obligation. India has a signatory of United Nations Convention on Rights of Persons with Disability. And as a signatory, India is under obligation to perform its bit. And I think somewhere it is not very rejoicing to see the kind of role government of India is performing. So I would take this opportunity to urge the government of India to rethink its strategies about people with disabilities. Now I would like to talk a little bit about accessibility, which is my area of interest. Recently I was in UK engaging with the idea of accessibility. So what is accessibility? Now generally when we talk about accessibility, we talk about an inclusive space, particularly inclusive barrier-free transport, barrier-free building environment, environment where all kinds of people with disabilities with different conditions can be able to navigate. So first of all, I think we have to clearly keep in mind that we are not dealing with accessibility as a one-size-fits-all. We are talking about accessibilities, because different groups with disabilities with different conditions may have different accessibility requirements. And therefore, when accessibility is again presented as a one-size-fits-all with ramps or accessible toilets, I think it's a very half-hearted approach towards the implementation of this important principle. I think if you want to achieve accessible environment, then it is important that government must enter into a constructive dialogue with people with disabilities and related stakeholders. Mostly, without any dialogue, the so-called experts, the so-called policymakers paragraph themselves, and they take onto themselves the task of deciding everything on behalf of people with disabilities, thereby completely overlooking the mantra, nothing about us without us. I believe that as a person with disability, I am equal citizen of this country, and as an equal citizen of this country, I am entitled to have my say. I am entitled to enter into dialogue with the decision makers, so that what is best for me should come from me rather than coming from somebody else. Now, when we talk about accessibility, how to achieve accessibility? Now, general tendency, is that okay, let's carry out access audits and have access reports done, and we have achieved accessibility. But then, in my view, access audit without further comprehensive consultation is only like doing the job half done, because access audit has focused on physical access. But what about social access? What about attitudinal access? What about bottlenecks in our mindsets? So therefore, there has to be access audit has to be complemented by social audit. And in fact, Rights of Persons with Disability Act 2016, Section 48, talks about social audit. Social audit enables us to again bring in all the stakeholders so that they provide their views, they present their thought processes to the concerned authorities, and therefore, along with physical access, we also engage in social access, political access, economic access. Now, whether accessibility means just having accessible buildings, Another myth, mostly when we talk about accessibility, we are talking about certain buildings being accessible, okay, certain public buildings being accessible. But how can you have accessible buildings without accessible roads, accessible streets? So therefore, accessibility means when a person with disability, whether she is or he is wheelchair bound or as a blind person, he or she is able to go from point A to point B. It's not like making one building or two buildings accessible. So accessibility would mean walkability, accessibility would mean ability to navigate, accessibility would mean that I am able to involve myself in mobility as much as any other person, any other non-disabled person. So I think we need to evolve a very comprehensive and inclusive approach to accessibility. Now, what is the connection between accessibility and reasonable accommodation? Because again, if you want to have transformative solutions, it is important to have clear conception of the connection between reasonable accommodation and accessibility. Accessibility is a proactive concept. You need not wait for any individual to come to you for asking solution if you want to become accessible. On the other hand, when it comes to reasonable accommodation implies individualization. So depending upon particular person's needs, sometimes we have to make necessary adjustments, and there is obligation on the authorities to make those changes so long as such changes do not amount to undue or disproportionate liabilities. So undue or disproportionate liabilities means what? Undue or disproportionate liabilities means when the liabilities would be more than the ability of a particular establishment. And generally this is very rare. So most of the times reasonable accommodation also is doable, and therefore it is important that every establishment must have a policy for providing reasonable accommodation, and every organization must have the desire and willingness to also complement reasonable accommodation with accessibility. Now, in order to perform these ideals, reasonable accommodation and accessibility, it is also necessary to really entertain a very positive conception of disability. Generally, despite whatever law may say, we still entertain medical model of disability. Most of us still believe that disability lies in the body of an individual. Whereas, please note this, disability does not lie in my body, it lies elsewhere. Disability is external to my body, only my body may be impaired a bit. But when external barriers interact with my impairment, I become disabled. For example, I have visual impairment. But if I don't get accessible material, if I don't get the software to read what is on the screen, then I become disabled. Otherwise, I am merely impaired. So if you don't want people to become disabled, don't focus on their bodies, rather focus on barriers, which are external, barriers which are in the environment, barriers which are in our policy, barriers which are there in our mindsets. So it is important that we do not entertain a medical approach to disability. Generally, whenever disability comes into our mind, we invariably think, okay, let's treat it. As if disability is like a disease, okay, let's treat disability. As if when somebody is disabled, his or her condition is temporary. As if as a person with disability, my existence is temporary, as if it is always possible that I would become non-disabled. Whereas this is not correct. This is not reality. Though I remember Rakesh Roshan's movie, that Hrithik Roshan movie, where Jadoo comes and brings in some kind of some kind of magic in somebody's life. But this only happens in movies. There is no jadoo, and it is very clear that I am not going to be non-disabled. Disability is part of my life. So when disability is part of my life, why not to accept it and then continue to lead life with dignity, as was done by Hema ji. Therefore it is important that people should not try to entertain this attitude that, okay, disability is something which is treatable, disability is something which is disease. No, disability is a condition, and every person has to have this condition sooner or later. Please remember this, please mark this. Only difference is few people may acquire it by birth, rest of them may acquire it sooner or later in their life. So when something is going to be the part of our life, why to demonize it? Why to have negative attitude about it? Instead, let's plan our life in such a manner that we are able to engage with it. So I remember when Stephen Hopkins came to India in 2001 to attend a conference, Government of India installed a ramp near Red Fortress so that he could visit Red Fortress. But why government should install ramp only when Stephen Hopkins come to India? Why other people with disabilities do not have right to go to Red Fortress and see? Why to idolize again some individual and then take steps? And interestingly, Government of India had the plan to do away with this ramp, and only after a lot of resistance from the disability rights movement that the ramp is there. So my question is, why we should be symbolic, why we should be tokenistic, why we should showcase something when it is the fact that disability is there, it is not going anywhere. Now, lastly, let me little bit speak about access to justice. Now, generally, a feeling is entertained that the goddess of justice is blindfolded. But do you know, most of you probably may not be aware that in Supreme Court, the goddess of justice is not blindfolded. In fact, if goddess of justice is blindfolded, how she would do justice, right? And when you metaphorize blindness to something which is unethereal or something which is, again magical or iconic, again you are trying to read too much into it. So I salute this idea of Dr. Ambedkar and those who were responsible in designing the Supreme Court, because at least in Supreme Court of India, its premises, the statute of justice is not blindfolded. The statute of justice, on the other hand, has her eyes wide open. She has a book in her hand, and she can do justice therefore by looking into the book. And that's what happens when lawyer argues a case, and when judges hear the case, they don't close their eyes. They have to refer to the law books. They have to refer to the case laws, and then reach the kind of conclusion they want to read. Therefore, it is important that we don't unduly metaphorize the disability. We often use very, very condescending language about disability. You people might have unintentionally used this phrase, don't act blindly. Why you are giving lame excuse? Are you crazy? All these sentences, these sentences may look very normal for us, but do we realize by uttering by such utterances, are we trivializing disability? Are we trying to, metaphorize disability in a way which is not advisable? So I believe that we need to be conscious, we need to be sensitive about our language, because language is a vehicle of thought. Our language determines our attitude. I always give this example before concluding my speech, and therefore I would like to give that example. People say that love is blind, and I have never understood this. How love can be blind? You cannot be blind while loving, no matter what kind of love it is. You have to be conscious. It's a conscious decision. It's a decision which is spontaneous, or it's a decision which is simply intrinsic, which comes from within. And therefore, to call such a decision, to equate such a decision with blindness is out of my mind. And therefore, I believe that again, this phraseology like love is blind, again, goes too far. Now, while concluding, therefore, I would say that, we need to acclimatize the notion of disability in such a way that it is no longer perceived as something which is very, very dangerous, or something which no one wants to have, because sooner or later everybody has to have it, has to kind of adopt it. So the negative ontology about disability has to be done away with. Similarly, I think it is important that the law which Government of India has enacted, that law should not remain on paper. That law needs to be translated on ground. And if you want to translate any law pertaining to disability on ground, it is important that the task of translation is not hijacked by the so-called experts. Rather, if you want to make this law a real thing, then you involve us, you involve those for whom the law is enacted. For the same, I think, because this is the election time in many states, therefore I would like to raise this issue and then conclude. I would argue that time is right to think loud about providing representation to people with disabilities in political processes. Maybe we can start with the baby step. Let's first give us representation in local and self-government, and then experiment and find out how we figure, how we feel, how we perform. Friends, as I conclude my speech, let me say this, that it was not a very well-prepared speech, and not having a well-prepared speech means that maybe I will try and jot down the ideas which I reflected today, and maybe I will send those ideas as a structured lecture to APD, and then maybe I can have inputs from you on my thoughts. Of course, these are all my personal thoughts, and it is not necessary that everybody may agree with them. Let me thank the organizers for making me part of this wonderful festival and giving me this wonderful opportunity to be the part of this lecture series. I again thank the organizers and the audience for listening to me with patience. Thank you very much.
The negativity pertaining to disability should go, and at the same time, whatever is there on paper in terms of law will have to be put into practice. Great words from a wonderful man. Let's give a round of applause to Dr. Sanjay for his endless we have two more felicitations to be done. I request Naveen, he was rehabilitated by APD and the National Archery Award. Mr. Naveen to come over and receive the award. I would request Mr. Gopal Krishna to kindly come over and board member Mr. Gopal Krishna to present the felicitation fund. And responsibility of him after the felicitation. usually without this, I was doing, congratulations. I mean, I would now like to call on Raghu and congratulations, let's say. Raghu, really, you know. I will wish Shivasi Hema, Mr. Shivasi Hema, to kindly come over. Do the honors, Mr. Hema, to kindly come over. Being a leader in terms of representing Indians and fighting out for the stability, segment, related to Pakistan with his service. Congratulations to and thank you very much to Shivasi here. We have a confident of Samuha and advisor of Prarambha Shri Pradeep. We would like to request Mr. Pradeep to give us more insight about Hema and the association. So ladies and gentlemen, you are Mr. Pradeep, faculty, team, Pradeep.
First met Hema in 1981 when I joined Action Aid here in Bangalore to set up a communications unit and then came over to the APD campus. Partly because of that involvement, partly because of her. I then also joined APD itself, and for a while I was a board member and a trustee. During that time, I also led a small exercise with colleagues in APD in terms of what they thought could be a roadmap for the future. And what I used at that point was a statement saying that you people are working with 3,000 or 4,000 people with disabilities. Why, with that experience base, are you not reaching 100,000? Right? And I think that roadmap is subsequently the board adopted and then the team took up. Today, I understand the number is around 4.5 lakhs. But that scale that I was interested in was also one of the few areas of disagreement with Hema. Right? For Hema, it was not so much scale. It was actually the interaction with individuals and their growth that was more important. Right? So for her, the issue was not whether we worked with 3,000 people or we worked with 1 lakh people or 3.5 lakh people. It was to what degree we were able to actually help each individual person with disabilities actually grow as a human being. And that, I think, has been a common theme across some of these instances that I'll share with you now. How do I put it? Hema was one of the most innovative persons I've known. She was talking about a mother who had come to her and was saying that, when my child goes to the toilet, this is an Indian toilet, you hold the child, your back is bent, you hold the child, and this is okay, but as the child kept growing older, she said, you know, my back is not able to take this, I don't know what to do. And Hema thought about it and she said, okay. She asked for one of these metal folding chairs. She got the workshop to cut a hole in the seat. Right? And she told the mother, just put this on top of your Indian toilet. Right? And allow your child to just sit on it. Right? And you don't have to carry that weight. It was such a simple solution, but a very human solution for that mother who was not worried about doing that job, but who was finding it difficult as the child grew older and heavier. Right? She found that solution. That same solution, she was later also a board member of Samoa. A condition, of course, was that we would run a disability program, which we were committed to. But we brought that same logic into Raichur and Koppal, where we ran a program called Functional Adaptation, where we would go to a person with disabilities home and basically then say what all adaptations do the home require, right, for them to actually be able to even use their own homes. So simple things could be, for example, you're lying in bed, but how do you sit up? So just a rope, for example, that hung from the roof over the bed, and you could hold it and you could just use it to sit up and move to the side. So small things like this led from that incidents that I was talking about. When the Latur earthquake took place, I was traveling across there, and Hema actually said, I want to come. And what we did was, I just put a mattress at the back of my Jeep, right? And Hema got onto it, and we just drove through the desert, right, to Latur. And lodges there were not accessible, toilets were not accessible, but we managed. And Hema, when she started visiting some of these earthquake victims in their tents, those people were actually so amazed that there was this lady who come all the way from Bangalore and she was in a wheelchair, right? And so, the problem they were facing are many, but it doesn't mean that, you can't do something about it. And in the discussions that followed, again, something different and innovative came. What happens with an earthquake, unlike some of the other disasters we face, floods or cyclones, tsunami, is that buildings collapse. So when buildings collapse, there are far more fractures, people get trapped. And the same thing had happened here. And in that hurry of treating people, we found that, for example, arm is broken, steel plate has been put, or screws have been put. But in that hurry, they were not done properly. Right? So people, when we went in, were complaining, so how their hands are still aching, there's pain, we don't know what to do, can't move this hand. So we designed a very simple program with a group in Pondicherry, this French group, I couldn't just ask the names now. They brought in a volunteer physiotherapist from Belgium. We put in one person. And we had a very simple program where we took people who had had fractures, legs, arms, back, got an X-ray, and we then just found out, and we found so many places where screws were half put in, plates were not put properly, and then we just organized for these to be redone, and then for the physiotherapist to follow up for this particular part. So such a simple program, but we actually stopped so many hundred people actually becoming disabled. So there are small instances like this. And the last one that I will say, I won't talk for very long, but the last one that I'll talk about. So when Hema was talking about APD being a university, I understand it in slightly different terms. It's not about that there are formal services or there is a school or services, etc. running. But as a university, it's also a place of intellectual thought stimulation. You're meeting people, right? And I think that's what a university is, that you meet people across different backgrounds, different experiences, and sharing, etc. is a different enlivening process. And but she had this ability when she interacted with people to see a potential in them that is far more than what that person themselves had seen. And I'll give you two examples. I don't know if they're here today, and I'm taking their names without their permission in a sense. But there was this young boy called Mahesh, who was preparing for his college fest, and then had fever that night, and next morning couldn't get up. He had something called GB syndrome, which is like instant muscular dystrophy. So suddenly he went from somebody who was preparing for a college fest being flat on his back. His father worked in ISRO, and on one of those days when APD would have its like an event at the Jeevan Bhima Nagar, his father brought Mahesh across in a wheelchair, and he was sitting there, and his father was talking to somebody, and he was now sitting in the sun, and Hema came up to him and said, "Aren't you hot? Why aren't you asking somebody to move yourself into the shade or whatever?" And she started interacting with Mahesh, and he said, "I've been doing some work with computers, and this I'm talking 30 odd years ago. Said something, and I'm interested in this." So she said, "Why don't you go to Samoa, right, and spend some time there? I think they're looking for a systems administrator, so there might be an opportunity for you to do that." So he did come to Jalahali, was where the Samoa campus was in Raichur district. And he did come, and Hema had this confidence that I just have to refer him there, and the rest of the magic will take place. It's not an issue. The second person was somebody called Shankar, who had an accident. He was working in a CS office, right? Had started a small credit organization in Mandya. And then he had an accident and he lost both his legs. Right? And suddenly went from being very active to suddenly being in a wheelchair, dependent. And then he heard about Hema and he came over here with his wife. His wife's name is Usha. And that interaction with Hema, again, she saw something in him and said, "Go over to Samoa," and she just sent him to Raichur. Right? And today, if I look at both of these two people, Mahesh is the director of Motivations India. Right? Shankar is the executive trustee of Prarambha. I don't think at that time Hema thought they were going to be these chief executives or whatever, but she saw something in them. And this is something I have seen with everybody I've who's interacted with her. That interaction is somewhere in that interaction, a change always took place in us. And that, today I'm partly what I am because of that. There are so many other people who've known Hema who will say this to me. There are very few memories that I have of her. And there are times we still miss her. We're having a meeting and suddenly, because she was part of the board for so many years, and suddenly we said, what would Hema do if we were doing something like this? The fact that there are still memories of her after all these years, I think is one of the greatest memorials to her that I can think of. Right? And I'll just say thank you for this opportunity to share some of my own memories with you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Shri, for sharing those wonderful memories. Well, the countdown for the awards has begun, but as the countdown has started, I will request the chairperson of the NSA Jury Committee, to come back here and throw some more light.
I'm going to take note of your time. What I'm talking now is on behalf of the Hema Award jury. Thank you to all the participants who approached us. We just want to let you all know it has been great getting to know you all, and you all are doing such wonderful job. If you all are not on the winners list, it doesn't mean that you all didn't do well. It just didn't fit into our criteria of what we were looking at. We were just at the cost of repeating, we were looking at NGOs in nascent stage who need help, who have done a wonderful job, and who need some amount of handholding. So thank you all for participating. Great job that you all are doing, and please continue doing that wonderful job. The second thing that I want to do on behalf of our jury is thank APD management for such a wonderful job. I know they'll give vote of thanks, but this is vote of thanks from the jury to you all. Daniel and team, excellent work. Sindhu, thank you so much for making it happen. For want of time, I don't have time to name each and every one of you all, but I want you all to know that we recognize that you all went, visited these NGOs and spent not many hours evaluating them. Thank you all so much. God bless. And congratulations to all the winners.
Okay, now we move on to the next step, that who were the shortlisted NGOs for this edition of NSM Award. Let's have the videos, please.
My name is Jalavani. I am coming from Kannur, Kerala. Myself, I am a parent of differently abled child, co-founder of Shantideepam School for Differently Abled. I made this institution because having my son. My organization Shantideepam School for Differently Abled, and now the school is running 22 staff and 24 students. Currently, area of Kannur, and a lot of colleges are supporting running this institution. This award is very important to me because it is a recognition of our work, teamwork, and also the recognition my students, my parents, the society was working for these people. So it will be a great motivation for others, the schools, the students, more than the parents of the students.
Hi, I'm Anand. The Executive Director of Sama Foundation. Sama Foundation started in 2005 for you all know the sector naturally was involved in medical aspects. We want to take up this as a social aspect. Everybody life is not just religion, cultures, or therapy. It's much beyond that. So we want to live a life with harmony, things are good, harmony, and things are good. Other education, so people, family life, the peaceful life is very difficult life. So for that reason, some foundation started. And the community only the president was also not helpful. So we need to work with the community. make the community inclusive so that people with disability lead a life in a dignified manner in the society. So with these intentions, we started this organization. Our name Sama means in Kerala it is equal, and this award is, I feel it is very important because I am a beneficiary of APD. I am an outreach student. But just because of outreach student or a beneficiary of APD, I should not get this award. Then we get an insult to Hema madam. If I am really worth and if I get this award, then it is a tribute to Hema that she has invested in me, and the award goes as a return tribute to her. That is the reason I feel it's very important to win this award.
I am Father Thomas, President of CIMR, Central Institute on Mental Retardation. This organization was started by a famous person, Reverend Father Thomas Felix CMI, in 1980. This organization was started to work for the training and rehabilitation of intellectually challenged persons. Has been evolved by this organization using the concrete materials of the world around us. And it has been training the parents, it has been training the teachers, it has been training the Anganwadi workers, it has been training the doctors for early identification and intervention programs. When we heard about the MS Hema award, we applied for that. We know that APD is working extensively with persons with disabilities and has marked on the sides of the persons with disabilities. And definitely the award of MS Hema award is important, not only because we as an organization, but through this award, this organization or APD is giving a great impact or giving an awareness to the society about the NGOs working in this field.
I am a member Secretary of the WAS, Federal Association for Rehabilitation of Disabled and Society. We are honored to be considered for NS Hema Memorial Award. Among awards, we honor those with disability through education, vocational training, culinary therapy programs, serving minority individuals with a dedicated team to enhance their values. Among awards, receiving the NS Hema Memorial Award would significantly amplify our efforts in greater awareness and support of our cause. It reforms the impact of our work on the community and disabled individuals we serve. How we tackle creating a world inclusive for people with disability comes with many challenges, especially social stigma and a lack of access. At works, we tackle those hurdles through continuous advocacy, innovative programs like our digital skills, and by focusing partnership that enhance our resource capability.
I am Amrish, a senior postgraduate in sociology from JP and the owner of the Integrated Rural Development Society BIRDS. BIRDS was established on 1989, committed to work on ideal of Mahatma Gandhi. In these 35 years, we worked for downtrodden and disabled persons for their upliftment. Our vision is all people live with dignity. NS Hema Memorial Award is important for NGOs working in the disabled sector, as it will be boost our moral and enhance the spirit of working still more.
Okay, those were the nominees. But then trophy process is another important aspect of the award giving process. So let's have the video of the trophy process, how it went through. Okay, now all of you take a deep breath, because now we are going to find out who the runner-up of this edition of the award will be. I have requested Mr. Pradeep to kindly announce the name of the runner-up. Can you have it on this one, please, so that the... Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the runner-up is
the runner-up for the 8th NS Hema Memorial Award 2024 is the Shanti Deepam School for the Differentially Abled.
Which is the Inauguration kindly present the award. I request all of you to kindly join for the award, and the dignitaries to kindly come forward, all of you kindly come forward. Shanti Deepam School for Differently Abled. So let's give a round of applause on this. Of people with disabilities represents the Hema Memorial Award to the Shanti Deepam School for Differently Abled. The honor recognizes nearly 2 decades of unwavering dedication to transforming the lives of children with physical and mental disabilities through education. Founded by Mrs. Jalavani, a passionate advocate and mother of a special child, alongside esteemed co-founders APD and Inauguration, and the dedicated team Shanti Deepam was born out of a bold vision for an inclusive society. Their relentless commitment has fostered a nurturing environment. 125 students supported by 22 dedicated staff members, a well-stocked library, and the provision of daily meals. Shanti Deepam stands as a beacon of hope, illustrating the profound impact of collaboration and passion in driving meaningful change. Their work empowers individuals with disabilities and inspires countless families to join the movement towards inclusivity. In recognition of their remarkable mission, APD honors the Board of Governors, Trustees and Management Team of Shanti Deepam This prestigious award, instituted in memory of Dennis Hema, a true leader in the disability sector, celebrates their commitment to a brighter, more inclusive future. We extend our heartfelt wishes to young people as they continue to extend their noble mission beyond borders, growing ever stronger in their pursuit of equality and dignity for all. So let's give a round of applause. A freelancing citation. Shanti People School for Differential Abled. Forgot to clap earlier, please do that now. In unison. One of you can say a few words on the occasion. Yeah, okay. Please come.
Respected Chair, distinguished guests, and my dear philanthropists. We Shantidipam School for Differentially Abled is from a remote village in Kannur, Kerala. This is a golden moment for us because as we are from a remote village and also we are running our school, Shantidipam School for Differentially Abled, with the help of local people, means small contributions, small donations, and support from the local ordinary village people. We could stand for the last 19 years for all. We have formed this society in the year 2005, and we are here for the last 19 years to uplift the intellectually disabled, physically disabled students, especially, and we could send 2 to 3 students every year to regular schools after proper training, both physical and mental. Ultimately, they are joining the mainstream of the society. Also, we could contribute 2 Olympians to our country held in Los Angeles Special Olympics and got second place. The Hema Foundation identified us, evaluated us, and apprised us, and ultimately here recognized us. Whether we are getting first, second, third, or any other places, it makes no difference for us because Hema Foundation is a wonderful organization, internationally acclaimed, but still you reach us. We have vision, we have projects, and we have dreams to fulfill in the field of development and upliftment of intellectual and disabled individuals. If we are joining our hands together, our dream will come true and we can make wonders. We can make wonders. That's all, sir. That's all. Thank you.
Dignitaries and beloved ones. Now my heart is filled with joy and proud as a parent, because I believe God blessed me by giving my son as a differently abled one. So I got chance to serve a lot of differently ableds. With the help of my colleagues who is working with me, my society members, parents, children, everybody is cooperating with us and helping us a lot. So now APD, when I am coming with this, I don't know, I think it's God who selected us to stand here. and God decided that we have to do something more to our differently abled, mainly intellectually disabled children. Finance is our main model to attain our goals. And now I think APD is with us, and we are with APD to work for mainly for intellectually disabled. There are so many people working for physically and other disabilities, but intellectually disabled people, they can't talk for themselves. So let us talk together for our children. Thanks a lot for APD for giving me a chance to come and chance to talk something here. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Congratulations. And now the countdown for the winner has begun. I request Mr. Das to kindly announce the winner of this edition of the award, the 8th NS Hema Memorial Award 2024.
The first winner I am announcing here is Welfare Association for Rehabilitation of Disabled and Society Wards.
Congratulations, wards. I will request the dignitaries to kindly present the award for the wards. We have one runner and one winner in this edition. So the winner is the wards. I request our friends from wards to kindly come over and receive the award. The Association of People with Disability, APD, is honored to present the 8th NS Hema Memorial Award 2024 to the Welfare Association for Rehabilitation of Disabled and AMP Society Wards. This recognition celebrates over 33 years of unwavering dedication to enhancing the lives of individuals with autism, cerebral palsy, multiple disabilities, and intellectual challenges, all while fostering a more inclusive society for children with special needs. Founded in 1992 by Mr. C.M. Kathamarayan, a visionary leader and advocate who himself is visually impaired, WATS embodies the belief that every child is special. Acknowledging the lifelong challenges faced by these children, WATS has tirelessly worked to ensure they can enjoy life and actively participate in society. WATS provides a comprehensive array of programs including special education, therapy, digital skills training, vocational training, early intervention and welfare outreach. Each initiative is designed to empower individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, demonstrating the profound impact of passion and collaboration in effecting positive change. The journey of WATS is a testament to resilience and commitment. Their efforts not only empower children with disabilities, but also inspire families to engage and advocate for a more inclusive world. In honoring WATS, APD recognizes the vision and dedication of its board of governors, trustees, and management team. This prestigious award, named in memory of NS Hema, a true leader in the disability sector, celebrates the recent relentless pursuit of equality and dignity for all. We extend our heartfelt wishes to WATS as they continue to expand their noble mission beyond borders, growing ever stronger in their commitment to fostering an inclusive future for all. Congratulations. Let's give a round of applause and please receive these citations. I request Mr. Suryavanshi to kindly give the present the citation to them, and one of you can come and speak, or you want to cut this there, you can take it. We request one of you to kindly say a few words. Yeah, please.
Hi everyone. We are very excited today to receive this award, and we would like to say a big thank you to APD and especially the jury who was so kind to us that day. And this organization was started by our founder, late Mr. C.M. Kathamarayan, who was a visually challenged person. And we are here today because of him, and the organization is also thriving due to his vision for us. So we will promise to continue to move ahead in working with specially able children and to do our best for them. Thank you.
We request all of you to kindly stay back for a photograph. I request the runners-up also to kindly come over, and all the dignitaries to kindly come forward for a photograph. The memorable photograph. The winners and runners with the dignitaries. So all of us can put our hands together for these wonderful organizations who have been doing yeoman service for people with disability and in the disability sector. It's indeed a matter of great pride for all of them who have won the ANS Hema Memorial Award 2024. I would also request the CEO to kindly come over. Dr. N.S. Senthil Kumar, to please come over. The frame seems to be very big. Hope the photograph will come, or somebody can kneel down in the front, the youngsters. Yes, let's give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. The youngsters can go move forward and kneel down. Yeah. Thank you very much, and congratulations once again to all the winners. Now, I would like to call upon an individual who is a very special individual who has been inspired. Perissetti Pooja Naidu, please come here. Perissetti Pooja Naidu, where are you?
It is an honor to be here presenting this small token that I have made, a drawing of NS Hema ma'am. From the moment I joined in APD in March 2024, I've been hearing about NS Hema ma'am and what a wonderful person she is. How she is inspiring all of us and how she has made this legacy that is continuing even today and will continue in the future also. So as a token of inspiration, I've made this drawing and would like to present it to the board. Mr. Sendal sir.
Mrs. Dr. N.S. Senthil Kumar, please come back. Little bit of walking 2 times for you. So please receive this. It's a token of love and affection, Chief Executive Officer of APD, on behalf of the entire board. It will be open now. You can open this. Inspiration can make wonders. You need to be inspired. You need to be positive. And life becomes easy. That's what is the message being given through this. Very firmly packed up. You can show it to the audience and to the dignitaries also. Thank you very much. Mr. Senthil, I think you can show that at least to the dignitaries of the dais. Yeah. There it is, yes, yes. Super. And thank you, President Vijayanagara, for doing this. And now, I would request our guest of honor, Srima Sagarajah, to say a few words on the occasion.
Good afternoon. Thanks. I'm really gratified to see so many of you. It's past the lunchtime. So I won't speak too much. I've been doing this task of almost word of thanks for the last 8 years. So I won't repeat anything that I said before. But what I'd like to do is first thank my family for being here, Hema's family, that is, her cousins, her sister, and the rest of the clan. I can't see the lights out here. Thanks for being here. Thanks to the dignitaries in the dais, the board, the jury members, and all of you gathered here for witnessing this occasion, the contestants, of course, and more than anything, thank you all for giving me the opportunity to be in this role, and it's an honor for me, having been mentored by Ms. Hema, and having spent most of my life being influenced by people like her. What I'd like to do, besides this thank you speech, is to have Madhu, who was very close to Hema. It was a privilege to hear Pradeep speak. I've known Pradeep for the last 40 years or so, and similarly Madhu since 1990, when she used to come. She was brought by her brother-in-law to meet Hema. She was a young lady who had come in from Kanpur, and I think she will tell you her story. I thought it would be apt that she and Pradeep, give the tribute to Hema rather than me. Thank you. Thanks a lot again.
Good afternoon, one and all. Ellarku namaskara. Respected dignitaries on the dais, APD, all the staff, Hema's family members, and each and everyone, all the awardees, everybody, I would like to wish all the best. It is a very emotional time for me to speak. Mr. Garachar, we call him Chandru, told me, you speak something about your memories with Hema. If I will start talking, I don't know how much time I will take to talk about the memories with Hema. I can only say that it was a total change in my life, a turning point, the time I met Hema. I came from North to Bangalore, and that time I was looking some meaning in my life. I was very confused. What will be the meaning of the life and what I'm going to do in future? I didn't have any answer about it. That time I met Hema, and I spent a lot of time with her. She was not only my friend, my mentor, my guide, my philosopher, and whatever the adjectives I can use, I can say that. And I do remember a lot of memories. I spent a lot of time with her, traveled with her so many places, and also I felt, my God, she was having the encyclopedia of all persons with disabilities need, medical need and other need. When I talked to her, I remember how she has taken the life of disability in her life. Sometimes she was sad. Sometimes she was feeling that all these things will come in life and we will just take it as a fun. The life of person with disabilities. Lot of things to say about her. I remember with her to travel by bullock cart in Jalahalli when we went to Samuha unit to visit. I was surprised, one doctor was, taking lead, helping all the patients, guiding them what to do. But she has taken a pen or paper and told, whatever I'm telling you, write. Before the doctor, he was writing all the things, what the treatment to be given, how we can give the rehabilitation to them. It was surprise to see all these things. I can say that this type of personalities will not come always with us, and I am really honored that I have got time to spend with her, and I am taking her legacy to do my work. She has not only given me her, place to go further, but she has given the place to go so many other persons with disability to come up. Because of her, I could be able to guide a lot of persons with disabilities in the form of my organization, Mitra Jyoti, and not a single day passes when I don't remember her for, small thing or big thing, but I keep remembering, oh, that time she told me like this, so I can be able to do something, think about it like this. Pradeep is here and he just reminded all the memories with her. He was mentioning about the people, I remember all these things. And not only 2 people, I don't know how many people she has sent to Samuha for this rehabilitation, and they have come up in the life. I also know some more names, those who have benefited with this. And not only the APD, I can only say that she was the person for persons with disabilities, and it was amazing how she recognized people. Once Naidu, one of our friend, he said, my God, Madam, I don't know how she recognizes people, how she knows that these people have talent and they can come up in the life. He was very much surprised how she will, recollect all these things and bring them in the mainstream of the society. So nothing to say, so many things. If I will be keep talking about Hema, I think so days together. My wish that still Hema has some friends, and all together we should describe her life and we should write about it. Sometimes I feel whatever time I have spent, I put it in a piece of paper, but it is not happening. I think so we all should do something and bring out a book. With a great trouble, we brought her autobiography, but I think so from our perspective, we should bring out a book, and for our later stage, our next generation, it will definitely help. Thank you so much for inviting me to be here and speak few words about her. It is a very emotional moment for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Secretary, founder of Mitra Jyoti. It's time now to give mementos to the dignitaries on the dais. I will request Mr. Ganesh Hegde to come over and give a memento to Sri Das Surya. Ganesh Hegde, to Sri Das Surya, the State Commissioner for Persons with Disability Act. I would request Mr. Babu to kindly come over and give a memento to Mr. Sanjay Dev. Dr. Sanjay Dev, the Speaker of the NS Hema Inauguration. Thank you. I will request Mr. Rajesh to kindly come over and give a memento to Srimati Jayanti Yashwant. Mr. Rajesh to Madam Jayanti. I will request Mr. Karthik to give a memento to Sri Pradeep. Thank you, Mr. Pradeep. I will request Mr. Sunil Kumar KP to come over and give a memento to Sri Subir Hari Singh, the honorary president. Yeah, please, sir. Thank you. I will request Dr. Jayaprakash JP to come over and give a memento to Sri Gavracha. Thank you, and finally I request Mr. Mallikarjun to give a memento to Madam Madhu Singhal, the founder of Mitra Jyoti. Thank you very much. And now I will request Shri Daniel James for the words of thanks. I will request all of you to kindly be seated if the word of thanks is over, because after the word of thanks we will have the national anthem. So please don't go anywhere. Please be listening. Let's have the words of thanks.
Very good afternoon to respected Chief Guests, special invitees, Honorable President APD, members of the APD Board, Jury Committee Chairperson and jury members, and my dear colleagues and friends. I am glad to be standing here to express my vote of thanks on behalf of the Association of People with Disability. First of all, I would like to thank the committee for giving this opportunity. Today we are gathered here to celebrate a moment of recognition and appreciation. We have come together to honor and acknowledge the exceptional work carried out by the two remarkable NGOs in the field of disability rehabilitation. On behalf of Hema Memorial Organizing Committee, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for being here today to witness and support this momentous occasion. First and foremost, I would like to express our deepest gratitude to the representatives and members of the two NGOs who are dedicated their lives in improving the lives of individuals with disabilities. Your unwavering commitment, compassion and tireless efforts have not only transformed the lives of countless individuals, who have also set an inspiring example for all of us. Your work is true testament to the power of empathy, resilience, and unwavering belief in the potential of every individual. We are honored to have with us our guest of honor, Shri Das Suryavanshi, State Commissioner for Persons with Disability Act, Shri T. Ravindra, Director, Department for the Empowerment of Differently Able and Senior Citizen, Government of Karnataka, and Shri Srinivas Devachar and his family member. Your presence here signifies the importance that our society places on the well-being of individuals with disabilities. Thank you all very much for accepting my invitation and for being here with us today amidst your entire busy schedule. Dr. Sanjay Jain, Professor, National Law School, Indian University, for a wonderful lecture given to us on the topic Transformative Solutions for Inclusive Development. Thank you, sir. We deeply appreciate your encouragement, which have been instrumental in fostering an inclusive environment and enabling the NGOs present here today to carry out their vital work. Shri T. Pradeep, Founder Secretary, Samwa and Advisor, Paramba, for sharing your valuable insights about Hema and the association with Samwa and the disability sector as a whole. Thank you, sir. I would also thank our board members who are here, Mr. Subir Bhai Singh, President, Mr. Pradeep Kumar Panja, Mr. P.K. Gopalakrishnan, Mr. Gopalan, and Jayanti Madam. Thank you for being with us today. My special thanks to the jury chairperson and the jury committee for spending their valuable time in helping evaluating the NGOs and giving them inputs in deciding the winners. To all the invitees who have graced this occasion, I extend my heartfelt thanks for your presence. Your support and solidarity have been instrumental in making this event a resounding success. Your presence here today demonstrates a shared vision and collective effort towards building a more inclusive society. I would also thank our ex-staffs who are here. I especially want to thank Mr. V. Nasraju, our ex-director of APD, as well as the ex-commissioner for Persons with Disability, Karnataka. Thank you, sir, for coming and joining us on this occasion. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the SRS children for their soulful divine invocation, the sparkling dance performance, and for Bharat Scouts and Guides band. Also, I'd like to thank Mr. Mahesh and team who are ensured in the sculpture crafting of Ms. Hema, which was given as mementos today to the winners and the guests. A special thanks to Shankar Prakash for anchoring the whole event, Ms. Priyanka Kalyan and Ms. Martha for sign language interpretation. Also, I would like to thank Mr. Ujiro, Mr. James and the members of the Indian Campus for Crusade for Christ for allowing this facility to have an event here today. I would like to express our gratitude to all the staff, organizing committee and colleagues of APD who tirelessly work hard behind the scene to ensure the success of the event today. Your meticulous planning, attention to detail, and countless hours of hard work have made this evening possible. Thank you very much for all your contributions. Kudos to you all. In conclusion, I would like to once again express my gratitude to all of you for joining us today. Together, we have taken a step forward in recognizing and honoring the transformative work of these NGOs in the field of disability rehabilitation. Let us continue to support and celebrate such initiatives as they are instrumental in shaping a more inclusive and compassionate world. Thank you all and have a wonderful day.
Finally, I would request all of you to kindly rise for the national anthem.
अधिनायक जय हे
Thank you very much. And now we'll break for lunch. And after lunch, please head back to your destination safely and securely. Ellarigu namaskara, ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. All of you, please take care.
ದಯಮಾಡಿ ಆಚೆ ಕಡೆ ಊಟದ ನಂತರ APD ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು APD ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ ಫೋಟೋ ಸೆಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಬೇಕು.
Arena. Arena.